This week,
we save lives with Key Club at the Spring Blood Drive,
admire art at MCC during the FEC Art Show,
preview Varsity Girls Soccer's upcoming conference season,
and we calm some nerves before the SAT.
All of that
and more
on the Warrior Weekly.
Good morning, Warriors, and welcome to this week's edition of the Warrior Weekly, presented by Warrior Student Media. I'm Riley Byron.
And I'm Madison Harvey. Today, we appreciate art, preview the girls' soccer season, and take a deep breath before we take the SAT.
But first, Key Club hosted a blood drive on Monday, April 4th, with each student donating enough blood to save 3 lives. Warrior Student Media has the story.
The blood drive is here. Before we begin, please be warned that this package will include videos of blood. So if you get weary or dislike blood, please be warned. Every 2 seconds, someone in the U.S. needs blood. This could be a little girl in the ICU or a mother with stage 3 leukemia. Now, the blood drive is a one-day event in which students can voluntarily donate their own blood to aid those who are in need. Ran by Vitalent and teacher Emma Teal, students are able to donate a pint of blood. Math teacher and head Key Club advisor Ms. Emma Teal has been Key Club advisor for 21 years and has run over 40 blood drives.
Students come in and check in with the Key Clubbers that are working, and then we set them off to the screening area. For the screening area, you have to ask some personal questions about your health and such, and then and get your iron tested. And after you answer those questions and are approved, then you walk over and then you lie on a bed for about 20 minutes or so to get your blood drawn, and then you sit in the refreshment area, which is the kids' favorite part of it, and get to eat some free food and drink some water, and then we send you back to class.
Donating blood does not only give students a chance to save a life. If a student donates blood 4 times throughout their high school career, they get to wear a red graduation cord on graduation day, symbolizing the lives they saved after donating.
Yeah, so if you donate blood 4 times during your high school career through Vitalent, you get to wear red graduation cords to signify how you have helped save many lives.
Junior Brett Hepner discusses how he feels that his donations to the blood drive impact the lives of others.
Just the knowing that I'm helping people while gaining experience myself, because I want to go into the medical field. So when sometimes they teach you what they're doing while they're doing with the blood drive. So it's kind of cool to learn it.
Junior Avery Cole describes her first experience donating blood.
It's a way of giving to the community or people who are in need of blood.
Overall, enough people donated blood to save about 171 people. Thank you to everyone for saving so many lives. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we are Rayon Ahmed, Gina Greenwald, Carlos Lopez, and Tyler Houston.
MCHS is hosting a College and Career Expo next Thursday, April 21st. Students will have the opportunity to engage with representatives from over 100 post-secondary options, including trade schools, military reps, and 4-year college institutions. Reach out to Mr. Mickey for any questions.
Now, MCHS students currently have their art on display at McHenry County College as a part of the Fox Valley Conference Art Show. Warrior Student Media went to see what the show was all about.
This year's Fox Valley Conference Art Show unites young artists in a showcase of photographs, sculptures, paintings, and more, hosted in the Epping Gallery, Student Gallery, and Art Space 144 at MCC. With the overwhelming support from their instructor, Miss Michelle Zimmerman, MCHS students put their hearts into their designs to show off to those who decided to admire the showcase.
This brings a sense of community together. Sometimes when just our art students are in a classroom of just the same artist, then they kind of only have the same experience, just looking at the same type of skills and assignments. But when they get to be part of something really grand, like a whole big, large community show, it really excites them, and they get to see what other students are thinking and how they're creating and learn about different techniques and just be in that same space with those other students. So it's pretty exciting. It's a showcase. But I think it's also just that sense of bringing value and advocacy for the arts. When it is in the venue over at McHenry County College, we every year get so many compliments, not just because the show looks great, but because they're really seeing the level of thought and imagination and importance that the work has. And oftentimes they're just so wowed and blown away from it. I think we started our first show in 2003, so it's been going on for quite a long time. We've been in different venues, and this by far has been the venue at McHenry College that has brought in the most feedback from the community. So it's just that coming together and getting to experience, what students have to say.
The art show inspires passion and encourages students to dig deeper for the meaning in their artwork. Sophomore Mia Wigginton explains the thought process behind her art piece.
I really like just cottages, and I've dreamed of living in a cottage when I'm older, and so I took that inspiration and I wanted to paint it because I like doing greens and flowers and stuff like that. With my whole dreaming of wanting to have a cottage, maybe just try to achieve your dreams and get there someday. I used watercolor, pen, and a little bit of gouache.
You can honor your creative classmates by taking a moment to swing by Building A of MCC to check out their work up until April 18th. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Kira Kearns, Layla Moreno, and Hannah Kovald.
Next, after beginning their season with a win and a tie in non-conference play, Varsity Girls Soccer has their eyes set on the FBC title.
Here we go, Sophie!
On Tuesday, April 5th, the girls' soccer team faced the Grayslake North Knights at home. The game resulted in a tie, which senior Sophie Gassman thought the team worked hard in and learned a lot from.
A lot of us gave up, and that was basically our speech after the game was to keep going. So I think the team learned that no matter how tired you are, you have to just keep going.
Taking the lessons from Tuesday's game with them, the team is working toward their next game against Prairie Ridge.
We have a big game on Tuesday against PR, so right now our biggest focus is winning that game and finally beating them. I think it's been 4 years since our last victory against PR.
Coach Andrew Stiganga has high hopes for the season, claiming that this team has been fun to work with and has the chance to be really successful.
This will be the first year I think that, we have a great opportunity to compete in every game in conference play this year. So I think a lot of schools thought about that, and I think a lot of schools are expecting us to be a lot better this year. So my expectation is to be in every single game and hopefully come out with a lot of the close losses we had last year, hopefully turn those into wins this year and be in competition at the end and see how it goes.
You can catch the Varsity Girls Soccer team at home this upcoming Thursday. Reporting for the Warrior Weekly, we're Madison Harvey, Riley Byron, and Madison Donovan.
The girls take on Prairie Ridge tomorrow and Huntley at home on Thursday, so come out to support your Warrior athletes.
Finally, the SAT and PSAT are happening in classrooms across MCHS this week and can cause a lot of anxiety for some students. Our Warrior Investigates series looks into how you can outstress the test.
SAT, a standardized test juniors have to take each year. Some dread it, and others are excited for the challenge. This year, it will be held on Wednesday the 13th in the upper campus.
So what I want my juniors specifically to know about the SAT is that it is, it's an important admissions requirement for certain colleges, although a lot of colleges, because of the pandemic, have gone test optional. And test optional just means that you can submit your scores. You don't have to submit your scores, but it won't hinder you if you don't. So don't stress too much about the SAT. I know test optional is a great opportunity for those who, like me, are not particularly great at test taking. So just really go out there, just try your best, and don't sweat it if you feel you aren't the best test taker.
Students express their worries and test strategies and how they have been preparing for the upcoming SAT.
So I have this app on my phone where it's one question from each category a day, and then I also have a couple prep packets that my teachers have given me that I've been working on.
So I did the ZAPS program that's at the school. It's zapping out answers and gives you different test taking strategies. And I took 2. One was for math, one was for English. And they gave you little practice books and with all the answers, so you can do as many practice tests as you want. And so I've just been doing those periodically over the past 2 months and just kind of trying to relax myself, because I do stress out about tests a lot and I'm not the best test taker in the world, but just kind of trying to tell myself that it's okay if I don't get a good score, but as long as I try my best, it's fine.
And students, remember, it's just a test. Just try your best and you'll do great.
Thinking about it, like that one test doesn't really make up who I am as a person. So I think that shortening it, like they are going to do next year, making it digital, is like kind of making the test more personable to someone.
Reporting for the Warrior Weekly were Katherine Anderson, Gianna Barger, and Abby Fitzgerald.
Remember, Warriors, juniors are taking the SAT tomorrow, freshmen and sophomores are taking the PSAT on Thursday, and we will all have Friday off, so enjoy your long weekend.
That's all for today's show. Be sure to follow the Warrior Weekly on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Insta, and TikTok.
For Madison Harvey and all of Warrior Student Media, I'm Riley Byron. Have a great week, Warriors.